Buongiorno. How are we doing today? Oh, have you got your drink? I've got coffee today. It's cheap coffee. It's decaf today. Oh, let me get comfy. So, how are we all doing? Actually, I'm in my little workroom space. I'm at home, but my cat's in here with me. So if you hear funny noises, she's sat on the windowsill. And she's looking at birds and she gets so excited and makes these really funny little noises. So if you can hear that, that's what you can hear. So I've got black decaf made in the filter coffee machine, so nice, just black, strong, plain. Don't always have my coffee like that, but I have today. I hope you're doing really well. Right, stop watching the cat and talk to you. So what I was thinking about today, and I thought I'll chat to you about while I have my drinky, is the effect of all the sort of subtle messages around us on the psyche. And like when we're trying to heal, especially, it's so important that we like pay attention to them and make them conscious, so we're not absorbing them through our gut, digesting them, taking them in, making them part of us, and we're just able to say, no, that is not for me. And my prime example this morning was, I was watching a YouTube video. I woke up early and I wanted to watch something on YouTube. It was obviously really inspiring, because I can't remember what it was now. I think it was like a law of attraction video that I was listening to before I was starting my day. But you know how you get adverts on YouTube like pop up that are nothing to do with the channel you're watching, but they're kind of targeted for that audience. So I get a lot of adverts which are really, really annoyingly unsported to me. I watch a lot of law of attraction videos, and I used to watch a lot of sort of dietary related videos, and the messages in there are all targeted at people like me, you know, who are vulnerable because they are wanting to heal, they're wanting to improve, and they're like, you know, want to get your juicy money out your wallet and get you to go and spend on something they've got. So I would get a lot of adverts like for probiotics and stuff like that. But this one this morning was, the message was, it was for Zoe actually. Do you know, it's like a blood sugar monitor thing, I think. And the message was, are you over 40? Yes, check. And worried about declining health? I'm like, oh, that is a heavy implied message, isn't it? They're not actually saying if you're over 40, your health is declining, but it's kind of implied there. And I resent that. My health's getting better and better all the time. So I'm like not having my psyche absorb that, but it's there and it's implied. And it's not done in a negative tone, it's done in a supportive tone of, you know, this is how you can monitor your health so that you can make changes and you can be better. But the implication is that, like, there's not a baseline of health and well-being there anymore. You know, that's slipping away from you because of your age. And I was like, yeah, I don't appreciate that. And that stuff is around us all the time, isn't it? Especially adverts, you know, whether it's YouTube, whether it's telly, whether it's billboards, but it's on, you know, the subtle messages of marketing on food labels, medications, posters up at the doctor's surgery. It doesn't matter, they're just everywhere. So I think it's just really important to start noticing it, you know, just be like a humorous little detective, eking it out and have a laugh at it and make it conscious, you know, and just say, I'm not absorbing that. I'm not taking that in. I'm not going to make that part of my being. Thank you very much. Because that really sucks. Do you want to go out, little cat? You want to go out the door? Or do you want to come and say hello? You want to come and sit on my lap? She really likes this chair that I'm on. I think she thinks it's hers. Thing is, because this is my healing room that I'm in, and I'm actually, this is a really boring corner to sit in, to be honest, but it's my rocking chair, which is nice for my break, but also I've got a table here so I can easily bung my phone up. And when I come for a break, you know, we all relate to this. We have to grab the time where we can grab it. I haven't got time to mess around. And even as I'm saying that, I'm catching myself, because time shortage is one of my stories of lack that I am working on. So I would just make myself aware of that. Pause for reflection, because actually, you know, my time is abundant. But my story of lack and my habitual thought is I need to grab this time. And so I'm like, wherever I've got my table with my phone stand and I can just pop it and go, is not wasting time faffing around setting up to come and talk to you. So, but I'm in my workroom and my lovely healing room, and I've got lovely pictures up and crystals and clocks and lovely art and everything, and I'm sat here in this boring corner. But this chair was my nursing chair when my daughter, who's now nearly 12, was a baby. But it's a nice rocking chair, but the cat thinks it's hers because, especially when my daughter was younger, I very rarely got to come in here. I wasn't really working and I didn't really get to come and use this room, and it became a bit of a nice, quiet, calm, often empty space that my daughter likes, the cat likes, and when I'm like, get out, it's my room, it's my space, and I'm claiming it back because I'm working again. So so that's my chair. So I keep thinking about changing it really, because it's, like I said, it's actually a nursing chair, and I never really used it as a nursing chair. It was one of the things that I bought along with a million other purchases that us parents make that we don't really use with our babies and children. Some we do, some we don't. I think if you're pregnant or you're thinking about having kids, I think if I could go back in time, the only thing I would buy before my daughter was born would be maybe a sling, a car seat, a lot of like muslin cloths for the mess. And do you know what? I really don't know how much else I'd bother with. There's so many things we bought that just sat there. And the same when we got the cat, actually. You know, you buy all this equipment. We bought these cat beds, and she's never even sniffed at them. She sleeps on her bed. So there you go. We try and plan for the future, don't we? But we actually, you know, we're creating in a space that isn't there yet. It doesn't really make sense, does it? We think we can control things that are coming, and actually we don't know how things are going to be, how things are going to unfold. Having kids and pets is the ultimate in teaching those lessons, isn't it? Oh gosh, yesterday, do you know what, yesterday? We came home from a really long day out. We'd been taking my daughter out for her classes and been out with a friend, and we came home late in the evening, and the cat was in her litter box, doing what you do in your litter box, and she doesn't have gut-to-base issues. She's happy to let it all go. And we got her food out when she was in her litter box because we didn't realise she was in there, and it's always disastrous because she's so food orientated. #relate, little cat. And she jumps out of her litter box even when she's going, so poo smeared across the house. So I'm like, you know, just as I'm trying to unpack all the bags and everything, so I'm like cleaning all that up, dealing with that. And as I put it in the bin, I pick up the bin sack to take it out, and the thing catches on something and splits open, and this whole bin bag splits open with all the mess I've just cleaned up. I think I actually screamed out loud. I just like needed to like vent that emotion of you have got to be kidding me and let it go out of my system. But it came to mind because the cat's here, but it was useful for me to share with you because, one, because it's hilarious, it wasn't at the time, but the other one because actually it's a good illustration of when I work with clients, what I try and explain about how we all relate to stress and stressful situations, and we all know that, you know, that stress can impact our body, but it's very, very personal what impacts us in our gut and our body, in our gut, and what doesn't. So for me, that was stressful in the moment, but I was able to process that, vent the emotion, move on. It didn't do what we say when we push our buttons or trigger me. It doesn't have that impact on me. It was a crappy situation, it was a shitty situation, it was all of those things, that language that we look for when we're looking for what our issues are showing up in our gut to butt with emotional freedom techniques. It was those things. I didn't enjoy it. I don't want to do it again, but it didn't press a button for me. It didn't trigger me. Now my husband seems to get really triggered by things like that, and he goes into a bit of a spiral where you can see it's a pattern, it's something that's touching him, it's impacting him. Whereas for me, it doesn't. Whereas other things, like having I was talking about time, like having my time interrupted, that can press a button. So if I was like eating my dinner and that had happened, then I might have really been triggered, and that might have like really impacted my digestion, because that would be one of my pathways that I'm tracing and healing. So it's just really personal and really specific. It's not necessarily that stress impacts us. There's a middle part. There's like a stress that feeds into a memory, a situation, something that we've got an uncomfortable perception of already, and that triggers us. So it's like finding that middle filter is our work here. So just wanted to share a bit about that. It's quite a useful example. Right, my lovelies. Well, if you want to say hi, if you want to tell me what you're drinking, if you want to check in with anything, you know where I am. You can go and check out our other coffee break videos on this playlist. I put them all on a playlist, so you can easily find them if you like this style of short video that you can have a break with. You can check out my other playlists. I do an eat with me if you want to come share some food or hang out while I'm eating. I do tapping, which is really, really useful, sort of functional dive in and join in with me and do it videos. And then of course there's loads more content on my channel about my own journey and then the things that I share and the techniques I use. If you want to work with me, here I am, shoot me a message and we will hook that up and do a video session as soon as you like. Okay, have a really good day. Lots of love. Bye.